New research shows romantic couples often start as friends. Hello and welcome to another edition of Shine 365, where our job is to help you lead a better life. Research shows most romantic couples started as friends. Not to ruin your meet cute dreams or anything, this article is from Well and Good by Dominic Michelle Astorina. For single folks ready to find a romantic partner, dating quarantine presented its fair share of challenges, like overcoming the awkwardness of the virtual date, or making sure you're on the same page about COVID safety, and deciphering whether you trust the person enough to actually meet them in person. But if you're now considering downloading Bumble and Hinge for what feels like the millionth time, or perhaps you're banking on meeting a special someone at your friend's upcoming rescheduled wedding, you may want to pause and instead just scroll through your current phone contacts. That's because, according to new research, being friends first before dating is the most common way that romantic relationships begin. And I must say that for me and my wife, we were friends for a while before we became romantic, before we started really dating, before we became engaged and eventually got married. So my wife and I were friends first. Why being friends first before dating can prove to be an excellent foundation for a romance. To explain being friends first before dating can translate so well to a healthy relationship, Wright looks to research from John and Julie Gotham, founders of the Gotham Institute, which focuses on relationship and marital areas of clinical psychology. In essence, the things that make us good friends make us good partners. So it makes sense that the components of a friendship would apply to a long-lasting, happy romance. Understanding our partners as a human is an incredibly important part of any relationship. And remember, in any relationship, it's always a give and take. So if you know your partner as a friend, you know how they tick, you know what makes them happy, you know what makes them upset, you get along, you've already discovered that. So then you can move from being friends to dating, being something more, and maybe eventually even getting married. Friendship can play into dating in a number of different ways. What these study results don't contend is that you're destined to spend the rest of your life with your pal from nursery school. That is, you can cultivate friendships with new potential partners, just as you can date people you're already friends with. So it could be a new person that you've just become friends with, and eventually that relationship will turn from a friendly relationship to a romantic relationship. It doesn't have to be someone you've known all your life. You can meet someone new. When I moved to this island where I'm living right now, that's where I met my wife. I became friends with her and some of her friends. We did things together like hiking and going to the beach, and eventually friendship became more and dating became romance. You can absolutely cultivate friendship among new people you meet, says Wright. To help you do so, she suggests practicing a specific exercise in introspection. Ask yourself what the differences are between your friendships and your romantic or sexual relationships, and make sure that what you have present in your friendships is also present in your romantic and sexual partners. If you're worried, and I know many people are worried, they say, well, if the woman says we're just going to be friends, then we could never be anything more. But that's not true. Over time, things change. So friendship can lead to a relationship, and a relationship can lead to a marriage. 100% happened with me. If you're worried that being friends first before dating might ultimately ruin a valuable friendship in your life, should the romance not work out, Wright asks you to reconsider those fears. I push back on this, she says. There's no reason why two adults can't try to change the context of their relationship and go back to what it was if the romantic relationship is no longer working. So can you go back if things don't work? Yes, you actually can. And I've seen relationships where that's happened as well. People are just friends, then they get into a relationship, they're boyfriend and girlfriend, but that doesn't work out, so they go back to friends. Yes, it does happen both ways. Consider that a friendship is a relationship, a partnership is a relationship, and a marriage is a relationship. All of these things are relationships, and they all evolve over time. So whether you're naming them or not, feel free to keep dating whomever your heart desires. But don't overlook the friends that are right there in your sphere. And don't forget to cultivate friendships with new potential partners as well. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast about relationships. A lot of people have questions, am I in that friend zone? Can I move from that friend zone? The answer is yes. You don't have to remain in the friend zone. Things could progress, they might not. And if you become boyfriend and girlfriend, can you go back to being friends? 100%. Either way, you can be boyfriend and girlfriend and move on to marriage, or you can go back to being friends. Relationships are all about people interacting with each other, which is an important part of all of our lives. If you learned something from this podcast, I hope you give us a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe. And as always, we will see you next time on Shine 365.